Oh my goodness, you guys. Grab your tea, grab the whole biscuit tin, and maybe put on a helmet, because the news coming out of Montecito today is absolutely explosive. I mean, we always knew it was a chaotic production over there, didn't we? We knew the evil mastermind was difficult, we knew the brainwashed puppet was out of his depth, but this is next level. We are talking about a full-blown, volcanic, diamond-cracking diva meltdown that has left the PR world in Hollywood shaking its head and whispering, I told you so. You honestly cannot make this stuff up. It is the kind of drama that would get a reality show canceled for being too unrealistic. Yet here we are, watching the jamfluencer go absolutely nuclear because the world refuses to bow down and worship her. Now, I know you guys are excited for more, but before we delve into further discussion, if you haven't subscribed, come on guys, what are you waiting for? Hit like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell ASAP. So now, can you believe this? Just when you think things might quiet down, word starts trickling out, not from a scandal or a headline, but from the terrified whispers of staff members who are probably refreshing their NDAs and praying for a severance package. It seems our favorite Z-lister decided that her current PR team, the people paid to make her look like a saint, wasn't performing enough miracles. And I do mean miracles. She didn't want a strategy. She wanted divine intervention. Sources are saying she unleashed a set of requirements so over the top that even seasoned Hollywood veterans, people who have handled rock star meltdowns and Oscar feuds, were left blinking in disbelief. Apparently, Meghan demanded a global empathy reset. I have to pause here. A global empathy reset? What on earth does that even mean? It sounds like something you'd read on a fortune cookie that went through the wash. But nobody dared ask her what it meant because the tension in that beige mansion was already thick enough to cut with a knife. The requests kept coming. Reframe her entire public narrative overnight. Push glowing stories into outlets that have stopped caring about her. And, get this, shut down all online criticism immediately. She literally wanted them to scrub the internet of anyone saying, hey, maybe selling jam while the king has cancer is a bit tacky. She wanted to control the uncontrollable, and when the team, these poor professionals who probably just wanted to do their jobs, gently explained that you cannot force the entire world to love you by next Tuesday, Meghan allegedly snapped. And we are not talking about a little huff. We are talking about a full volcanic eruption. One witness said her voice could crack diamonds. Another claimed the walls of the mansion actually vibrated. Can you imagine being Harry in that moment? Poor simple Harry. Sources say he looked like a man watching a train wreck he couldn't stop, just pacing the halls while his wife stormed through meetings like a general planning a hostile takeover. He's flinching every time she raises her hand to emphasize a point. It is tragic, really. He went from the battlefield to the minefield of his own marriage. The most telling part of this entire saga is the leaked internal memo. You know it's bad when the internal memos start leaking. It described the account as unmanageable, citing unrealistic expectations and a hostile work environment. That is corporate speak for get me out of here before I lose my mind. These weren't interns quitting, folks. These were senior staff members. 3 of them gone by Tuesday morning. 2 more submitting notices. The CEO of the firm apparently had to make a gentle but firm call to Harry to say, it's not us, it's definitely you. They fired the client. Do you know how toxic you have to be for a PR firm whose job is to deal with toxic people, to say, no thank you, we don't need the money that badly? But of course, in Meghan's mind, she is never the problem. That is the hallmark of the evil mastermind. When she saw the memo, she reportedly went absolutely nuts. She blamed everyone. She blamed the firm for lacking vision. She blamed the palace because somehow William and Catherine are responsible for her bad behavior in California. She blamed the media. She blamed us, the trolls. She blamed institutional resentment of her success. Success? What success? The podcast that was canceled? The documentary that was laughed at? The lifestyle brand that has no products? But she never ever looked in the mirror. She genuinely believes that the only reason she isn't the queen of the world is because everyone else is conspiring to dim her light. It is fascinating to contrast this with the real royals. Look at Princess Catherine. When she faced a PR storm earlier this year with that photo editing silliness, did she scream at her staff? Did she demand a global empathy reset? No. She issued a simple, dignified apology signed C and moved on. She focused on her health, her family, and her duty. She treats her staff with respect, which is why they stay with her for decades. Meghan burns through staff faster than she burns through private jet fuel. It's a pattern. We saw it at Kensington Palace with the Duchess of Difficult Rumors, and now we are seeing it in Montecito. The common denominator is her. And the aftermath of this meltdown is just as chaotic. Meghan is now apparently trying to find a new world-class firm that understands her global royalty. Translation: she wants yes men. She wants people who will tell her that her ideas are genius and that the public is just wrong. But here is the delicious twist. Hollywood talks. The PR agencies are warning each other. They have an approach with caution list, and the Sussexes are right at the top. Most top firms don't want the headache. They know that no amount of money is worth the late night screaming emails and the impossible demands. So what does our spotlight-hungry Z-lister do when the professionals walk away? She decides she knows better. She starts joking, but not really joking, that she should run her own PR because no one understands my narrative like I do. Oh, please. We understand your narrative perfectly, Meghan. That is the problem. We see right through it. But she is convinced that she is a storytelling genius. So now the mansion is a battlefield of frantic brainstorming. She is jotting down strategies, planning content, and reacting to every single thing she sees online. Without a team to filter her worst impulses, every annoyance becomes a statement. Every criticism becomes a war. It is honestly pathetic. You have a woman who had the world at her feet, who was welcomed into the most prestigious family on earth, and she threw it all away because she couldn't handle being second best to Catherine. And now she is screaming at PR executives in California because she can't understand why people don't like her. It is not a conspiracy, Meghan. It is your character. It is the way you treat people. It is the hypocrisy of flying private while preaching about climate change. It is the cruelty of ignoring your sick father while preaching about compassion. People see it, and no PR firm, no matter how expensive, can fix a personality problem. And poor Harry. I keep coming back to him because despite everything, it is just so embarrassing for him. He is sitting there, watching his wife burn bridges, watching the staff flee with tight expressions clutching their laptops like refugees from a war zone, and he can't do anything. He tries to be the mediator, popping his head in to say, "Hey babe, maybe take a breather," and she snaps, "If we stop, they win." Who is they? It's us. It's the truth. It's reality. But he is so deep in the fog, so brainwashed by her narrative of victimhood, that he just goes back to the guest room and waits for the storm to pass. But the storm never passes in Montecito. The storm is living in the house. This latest disaster just proves that they are spiraling. The rebrand has failed. The comeback is dead on arrival. And now they are isolated. Even the people they pay to be their friends are quitting. It makes you wonder how long this can actually go on. How much money can they hemorrhage? How many bridges can they burn before they are completely alone on that hill? I think we are seeing the beginning of the end of the Hollywood dream for them. They wanted to be the Obamas, but they are turning into the Kardashians without the business sense. They wanted to be global leaders, but they are just global punchlines. And the saddest part is, they did it to themselves. They had the platform of the royal family, the support of the Commonwealth, the love of the public, and they traded it for what? For the right to scream at a PR agent because a YouTuber made a video they didn't like? It is tragic. It is wasteful, and it is entirely their own fault. I stand with the working royals who get up every day and do the job without complaining. I stand with William, who is looking more kingly every day. I stand with Catherine, who exudes grace under pressure. And I stand with the staff members who walked out of that Montecito mansion with their dignity intact. Good for them. No one deserves to be treated like that. So what do you guys think? Is this the final nail in the coffin for their reputation? Do you think Meghan will actually try to represent herself and make it even worse? I secretly hope she does. Imagine the content. And do you feel any sympathy for Harry, or is he getting exactly what he signed up for? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single one, and I love seeing your take on the madness. You guys are the smartest, most observant community out there. Don't forget to like this video if you are Team Kate and Team William all the way. Subscribe so you never miss an update on the Montecito meltdown. We will be here to cover every tantrum, every failed rebrand, and every desperate attempt to steal the spotlight. Until next time, keep your tea hot and your standards higher than a Sussex PR strategy. See ya, ta-ta, and bye for now.